자, this game. Assemble with care. 다른 게임으로 설명에 의하면 깨진 물건을 고치기 위해 골동품 복원가를 중심으로 진행되는 수리 게임. 사운드를 주세요.
After a year on the road, I thought I'd get tired of traveling. The endless clatter of but as my train pulled into the station at Bellariva, I've a whole year. I'm a restorer by trade. Bringing our most beloved possessions back to life is what I love to do. Bellariva was my chance to take a break.
소리를 좀만 줄입시다. 아니 클릭이 안 되잖아. 아, 들어서 해야 돼.
The tools of my trade. No hope of restoring things without these. Who doesn't love a scrunchie? Practical and stylish. I picked up these sunglasses on my last stop. Hopefully I'm cool enough to pull them off. Finally, I'd made it to Bellariva. I'd come for the food fest. Of course, I'd need to earn enough money to pay for it. My parents never wanted me to go. They wanted me to stay in their shop and have a simple... I daydreamed constantly about the weird and wonderful places each of my store...
스토리 게임.
It was my first morning in Bellariva, and I couldn't wait to leave my hotel and explore. In the main square, meanwhile, as I handed out my flyers, I wondered what the people of I was starting to worry I'd made a mistake. When I felt someone tapping me on, it was a little girl, maybe 7 years old, who must have got...
My tape is broken and I can't make it work anymore. I tried to fix it myself, but there's this metal thing in the way. Can you try?
자,
Aha! Those batteries look like they need replacing. Luckily, I have some spares.
Why did you do that?
왠지 해야 되는.
Will you dream a dream for me if I sit by your side and hold you so
When it
tight?
finished, Izzy picked up the tape deck and tucked it carefully into her backpack.
Thanks, Maria. You're the best person at fixing things ever.
No problem.
It's my mum. She's not here anymore.
Izzy trailed off. It was the kind of silence a cassette tape would never be enough to fill. When Izzy's friends called for her, She dug deep into her pockets, looking for something to pay me with. Eventually, she produced a grand total of... I usually preferred a check, but Izzy looked so serious, I wrote out a full receipt. She seemed like a happy kid, but beneath it all, part of her life and part I wouldn't be able to fix. My first repair complete, I spent the rest of the day doing... I was exhausted when I got back to my hotel and found a mess. The address led me to a quaint little house, a stone's throw from... The front door was opened by a harried-looking man, still dressed from a...
I'm so sorry she bothered you this morning. Please, come in. I'd like to settle up... my father's statue. What's left of it? It survived 100 years in this family. Will you be able to see the glue afterwards? I don't want people seeing the cracks.
야. 이렇게 되면 난 짱.
Sometimes I think my daughter should come with a warning label.
야, 무조건 요 위에만 풀리네. 붙어 이게? 아니 아니 붙었으면 됐고. 스스로 도냐 이거? 아니 근데 내가 여기다 칠하려 했더니.
Is this glue really strong enough to hold everything together? Thank you, Maria. It looks as perfect as it ever did. My father wanted me to make something of myself. He didn't have time for anything less.
As Joseph put the statue back on the shelf, it nudged against the family portrait stood proudly next to it. So he was Bellariva's mayor. And that was Izzy's mom.
Sorry, I'm a little tired. I've been working late getting things sorted for the festival. There's only a few days to go. Looks like I'll be working late. Again?
When I told my parents I wanted to leave, they always found an excuse to be busy, to avoid talking about it. Joseph's work must have been taking up so much of his time. But maybe that was what he wanted. I just hoped he was finding enough time for Izzy, too. My second day in Bellariva dawned bright and clear. Another beautiful sunny morning. Walking into town, I passed cafes overflowing with customers cradling their morning coffees. I stopped, breathing in the smell of roasted coffee beans and freshly baked pastries. I was about to go inside when the owner of Carmen's, the cafe next door, stopped. Her place was petite, tucked between its competitors as if hoping they wouldn't notice. Judging by the empty tables inside,
It's a bit slow today, but we're just getting started. I'm sure it'll pick up soon.
As
At least I've got plenty of time to practice my recipe for the festival. It's a new special I've been working on. I was hoping to call my sister for... Can you see if you... You can fix it, can't you? I can't afford to replace it. Obviously, we'd normally be much busier than this.
아이. 뭐야? 대박. 아니 게임 게 아니라. 네, 봐봐.
These connections aren't quite right. I should check the wiring.
여기까지.
Looks like this new circuit board is all hooked up.
또 그런 거구나. 이걸 뭐 조립은 분해의 옥순.
When I handed the phone back to Carmen, she seemed almost reluctant to take it from me.
So it's all working now, is it? I don't have to leave it to dry or let it cool down?
Nope, it's
That's if I can pay my phone bill anyway. And the rent and the suppliers. Anyway, take a seat and I'll be...
I sat at one of the empty tables, while at the counter, Carmen had started dialing the phone. As she talked, Carmen became more and more tense. This didn't seem like a...
I know I still owe you from last time, but I can't afford to take part in the festival if I don't pay.
I could almost feel...
You don't need to be here, though. Can't you just put the check in the post?
When the call ended, Carmen brought me my coffee, her hands trembling.
Sorry about that. My sister's decided to fly in for a visit. Oh, God, I have to get ready. Actually, I might have...
The next day, I'd promised Carmen I'd return to help her get the cafe ready for her sister's arrival. I was about to set out when I received an unexpected call from my hotel's reception desk. Apparently, another guest had asked for me by name. Curious, I took the creaking elevator up to the top floor and made my way to the room number they'd given. I knocked. The woman in front of me was immaculate. Not a hair out of place or a crease to be seen.
My sister tells me you know how to fix things. I'd usually go to an expert.
So this was Carmen's sister? The two of them. Inside her room, I saw a beautiful
The viewfinder is complete.
뷰파인더가 깜깜이 있어요. 대체
I don't suppose you've fixed anything this valuable before.
깨졌네요. 그냥 떨어지냐?
If I use the screwdriver, I could adjust the angle of the mirror.
어.
Perfect. Now the viewfinder should be working.
다시 조립은 분의 욕설.
I felt a pang of envy as I handed the camera to Helena. I put my disposable to shame.
I picked it up on my first trip to Paris. It's a 1958 limited edition, the first of its kind.
I had no idea what 3 months' salary meant to Helena, but I was pretty sure it was more than I could afford. It was strange, really, that we were even staying in the same hotel. I'd picked this place because it was cheap and cheerful, but surely she could afford. She took some test shots, fiddling with the camera settings until she was absolutely satisfied.
This work is immaculate. At least sending you to me might be the first thing Carmen's actually gotten right.
I wondered why Helena had bothered coming.
I hear nothing from her for weeks, and then when she finally does call me, all she wants is money. If she thinks I'm lending her another penny, she'll have to convince me it's not a total waste of time.
That didn't sound good. If her... The sun was setting over Bellariva by the time I reached Carmen's cafe. From the outside, it looked as quiet as ever, but inside,
Maria! Oh, don't mind all of this. If Helena finds one speck of dust...
Carmen seemed pleased to see me, but I sensed the fidgeting tension beneath each sweep of her mop, trying to live up to the
I hope you didn't mind fixing the camera for her. She was furious when it broke. I really need this to go well. If she doesn't lend me the money, I don't know how long I can keep this place going.
Carmen led me to a back room, where she'd laid out the components of what looked like a neon sign. So there was supposed to be a sign outside.
I'd like to put it up before Helena gets...
자, 간판을 수리하는 게 아니라 이젠 조립이야? 응. 이걸 일단 돌려. 봐. 돌려봐. 아니. 아. 아니 이거 아유 시켜. 없어. 조작하면 왜 이래? 이거 여기다 따는 게 아니었다. 접착제를 먼저 뿌려야 되니까.
I think the whole thing is supposed to light up.
나도 알아요. 켜봐.
I don't know, it's a bit... flat. Maybe if it flashes, it'll really catch people's eye.
Great idea. I think I have a spare part that could do that.
저기 뭐 켜놓았어.
It still needs something else. Maybe we can add one of these.
뭐가 자꾸 추가되냐? 뭐야? 아니 선택이구나. 이 정도면 좋다고 본다.
It works! I'll screw everything together again and you'll be set.
마우스 어디가?
The sign fixed, we headed outside and mounted it carefully over the cafe door.
That's perfect, Maria. It looks just how I imagined it. When I had this sign made, it all seemed so simple.
A smile froze on her face as she spotted something over my shoulder.
Of course, my sister owns the only cafe in this entire town that isn't actually open.
For better or worse, Helena had arrived. Carmen opened her mouth to explain, but Helena swept indifferently past her. Finally pausing in the doorway, she turned back towards Carmen.
The first thing we're doing is getting rid of that.
And with that, she disappeared inside. I hoped Carmen's chances of... It was the day before the festival, and the whole town was busy getting ready. I had more work than I knew what to do with. When Joseph called with another, I'd barely reached their front door when I heard someone calling me.
Psst, Maria, I need your help. Quickly, it's top secret.
It was Izzy, peeking out from the side of the house. She beckoned for me to follow her. She led me through to a beautiful, unruly garden overflowing with flowers of every...
You have to squeeze past it and breathe in real small, like this.
I hadn't planned on crawling in the dirt today, but the life of a repairwoman never did run smooth. On the table inside, there was an electronic toy. Not exactly the usual stock in my parents' antique shop.
I hadn't... Can you fix...
아주 그냥 박살을 내놨구만. 뭘 수리할 필요가 없어 보니까요. 버튼부터 교체. 화면 떼. 화면 교체. 그다음 뭐죠? 네, 레아리가 어떻게 돼 있었냐? 까먹었어. 이렇게인가? 거의. 근데 밑이랑 맞추면 되는 거 아니야 이거? 왠지 그럴 것 같은데. 다시 꽂고. 이거까지 꽂아야지. 야야 어디가? 대충 그냥 맞춰만 꽂아주면 될 것 같은데.
Do grown-ups play games as well? Can you show me how to play? I tried before, but it was so hard.
Her toy fixed, I watched Izzy retreat into its screen, taking refuge in a 3-inch world of her own. Well, I'd better head inside. Your dad is waiting for me.
Please don't tell him about the game. He'll think I broke it on purpose.
Why would he think that?
Because, well, I kind of dropped it really hard at the wall.
Izzy looked down, scuffing her shoes on the worn floor of the playhouse.
My dad said I have to go to this stupid festival tomorrow and put on a stupid dress. And I don't want to. All he cares about is working. He never wants to see me unless it's for his job. I'm not going. He can't make me.
With that, Izzy dove back through the rosebush and disappeared into the wilds of the garden. She was so young. It made me think. Had I really tried hard enough to understand my parents' point of view? I was so focused on the adventures ahead of me. Maybe I didn't care enough about... Leaving Izzy hiding in the garden, I walked around to the front of the house and rang the doorbell. It was only then I noticed my favorite overalls covered in grass stains. I scrubbed desperately, but it was too late.
Maria, what are you doing? What happened to your clothes?
I was, repairing a lawnmower.
How unusual. Well, do come in. The job I've got for you is a little more delicate.
Totally embarrassed, I walked into an orderly room filled with papers and ledgers. So this was his office. You must be so busy getting ready for the festival. Are you looking forward to it?
Of course. It's traditional for the mayor to judge food from every cafe and restaurant in town. I'll be declaring the best chef in Bellariva by this time tomorrow. Speaking of which...
He unclipped the watch from his wrist and very carefully handed it to me.
I'll have a tight schedule to follow, but my watch stopped working a while ago. Could you see if you can make it tick again?
시계 복원.
Are you sure it will all fit back together?
장단 못함. 기억나면 하는 거, 기억 안 나면 못함. 쉣. 이거 조립은 분해 욕심 맞아? 쉣. 아, 뭐야.
Ah, the main plate has completely cracked. I'll need to replace it.
쉣.
The cogs look good though. If I'm careful, I can reuse those.
꽤 부셔운데요?
I've not gone a day without this watch since my wife gave it to me.
그 다음에 내려놓고 내려놓고 이걸 조리고 해봅시다. 이거는 이렇게 없네. 이건 뭐냐? 잠깐만. 잠깐만. 다 들어가는 게 아니야? 안 빠져 이건 또. 야, 이게 필요가 없는 거구나 그러면. 그냥 팩으로 가로 끼운 거라서. 맞겠지요. 아닌 것 같은데요. 아니 이것까지 맞아. 들어오겠구나. 아이 자꾸 아예. 오케이. 합체.
As I handed the watch back to Joseph, my fingers traced over the engraving on the back. I hoped fixing this was one small way I could help him move forward.
I can't believe it's working, Maria. Thank you. My wife was a brilliant woman. Feeling this ticking on my wrist, it makes me feel like she's still here. Watches measure minutes and hours like they're infinite. I didn't know we had so little time. Even with Isabel, I barely see her. And when I do, she acts like she hates me.
Just then, the phone rang. Even when he was at home, his work was never done.
Sorry, Maria. I have to take this. I'll see you at the festival tomorrow.
As I left, I turned and saw him pacing the floor of his office, his watch glinting in the afternoon sun. I hoped its quiet ticking would at least bring him some peace during the busy days to come. When my last job of the day brought me to Carmen's apartment, the door was opened by someone I didn't expect to see, Helena.
Sorry for inflicting this mess on you. Carmen's never seen a knick-knack she doesn't want to buy, apparently.
Carmen's apartment was a little chaotic, but totally charming. It was easy to imagine her living in a place like this. It definitely wasn't Helena's style. She seemed more upmarket than flea market. I wondered why she was even here.
We're having a clear out, or at least I am. Carmen's not helping. as usual. There's a market at the festival tomorrow. I'm selling some of these things to make her some money. She says she has nothing when there's all this stuff right under her nose.
Helena stepped delicately past the items on the floor and reached down to pick up one from the pile.
Look at this slide projector. Our parents treasured it, but Carmen treats it like a piece of junk. Can you take a look?
아씨 뭐야 이거. 아 옛날 거는 다 버려야겠네. 아 네 헤드. 6분. 나와라 이어캣. 제일 큰 건 기가 아프단 말이지. 뜯어 뜯어. 아무튼 뜯어. 근데
That light bulb is completely smashed. Okay, I'll need to redirect the light, the lens at the top, for the projector to work.
뜯어야 할까요?
Oh, typical. Carmen's even managed to get a slide stuck in here.
이상한데? 아니 애초에 잘못돼 있던 거잖아.
I was so excited when I moved to the city. Carmen, she looks so sad. Here's the clicker you'll need to attach. God knows how Carmen broke that as well. When we were younger, Carmen was always following me around. I suppose she looked up to me. A cool older sister.
Helena was transfixed, staring at the two young sisters the projector had brought glaringly into focus.
I never meant to let her down.
But you haven't, have you? You came all this way just to help with the cafe. Plus the money.
That's the problem. There is no money. I lost my job a few months ago. My savings are almost gone. I have nothing. Carmen thinks I'll throw my checkbook at her bad decisions and make them okay. But I can't. Not this time. You know, the funny thing is, I came here wanting to tell her the truth. But she's so infuriating. How can I ask her for help when all she cares about is herself?
Helena fell silent, shrinking under the gaze of her younger self, projected onto the wall.
We drifted so far apart when I moved away. It felt like the only thing keeping us together was my bank balance. I know I have to tell her the truth. It isn't fair.
The day of the festival finally came, and after all my hard work, I was ready to put down my tools and pick up a fork. The smell as I entered the main square was incredible. Each stall was selling food even more delicious than the last. The competition would start any minute. Most stall holders were waiting anxiously for the mayor to pay them a visit. All of them, that was, except Carmen, who was still frantically chopping vegetables and stirring pots.
Maria! Thank God you're here. Can I ask you the world's biggest favour? Helena was supposed to help me run the stall today, but she never turned up. Probably too ashamed to show her face. I can't believe she lied to me.
Carmen was stirring so furiously she was in danger of tipping the pot over altogether.
The mayor will be here any minute for the judging, but I'm almost out of my special.
She wasn't really going to ask me, was she? Not on my day off.
I have a stove ready to build and everything. Can you set it up and make me a spare batch?
뭐야 요리까지 만들어야 돼? 싫어요? 아니 조립까지 해야 돼? 문제는? 조립부터 해야 되네. 여기에 이게 아니구나. 이거지? 이걸 놓고 이게 이쪽으로 오고 위로 올라간 다음에 하나씩 치고.
It all fits. Now to light the gas.
뭐야? 냄비를 올려. 아니, 불을.
I think that pot is really boiling now. Smells great if I say so myself. Here are the ingredients that Carmen's given me. What to add first?
야, 진짜네. 레시피 영어로 돼 있잖아요.
Oh, her recipe is a bit smudged. Never mind. I'm sure whatever I put in will be fine.
핀트 오브 스톡이 뭔데? 그러지 않을까? 스톡이라고 할 만한 게 이거밖에 없어. 그럼 스틱 오브 하프 어 캐럿. 아닌데 스틱 오브 어쩌고저쩌고. 브로콜리냐? 이거? 아닌데 브로콜리 여기 있는데. 버섯도 아닌데? 이거냐? 반쪽짜리 캐럿 한건 넣고. 쉣, 그거 맞아? 이거 같은데? 브로콜리 2개. 핸드풀 오브 토마토. 삼 와일드 머쉬룸.
That looks good. I'll scoop a spoonful when I'm ready to serve.
아닌 것 같아. 왜 3개 안 넣었어 아직? 플랜티 오브 양파냐 저거? 양파가 4분의 1인가 이거? 아 몰라. 막 넣는 게 맞았던 것 같아.
My part done, Carmen took over and added the finishing touches. It was just in time. As a moment later, Joseph arrived with Izzy in tow. Carmen anxious.
That was so tasty. Can I have some more, please?
Well, you've certainly earned yourself a loyal customer in my daughter. We have a few more meals to taste, but so far you are one of the best. Good luck.
Joseph and Izzy looked so happy together. Maybe the festival was doing them some good after all. Carmen, on the other hand, seemed annoyed. But why, when it had all gone so well?
I wish Helena was here to see this. She's so convinced I'll never succeed at anything.
She wants what's best for you. She's just not very tactful about it.
Yes, I know. Even when I was a kid, she pushed me when no one else did. I just wish she hadn't lied to me. But then, I've asked so much of her over the years. I never stopped to think how much she actually had to give.
The festival finished. I only had one day left before I had to catch my train and leave Bellariva behind. I couldn't go without saying goodbye to Carmen. So, that evening, I made my way to the cafe. It was unrecognizable. She'd done it.
Maria! Maria! My favorite sous chef. Come on through.
It was Carmen, acting every inch the successful cafe owner she deserved to be. Even Helena was there, serving the coffees. This was the last place I expected to see her after yesterday's drama. Carmen led me through to a balcony upstairs, where she brought out an old record player.
I found out where Helena was on the day of the festival. She was selling her camera to clear the cafe's debts. But then she didn't have much left for herself. So, I've asked her to come and stay with me for a while. We have a lot of catching up to do. I wanted to give her this, to cheer her up. We listened to it all the time when we were kids. Do you think it has one last tune in it?
보자.
Okay, let's see what happens when we turn this on.
뚜껑을 열어.
Here's the problem. This wiring isn't connected properly.
이렇게 연결하고.
If I turn the volume up, I should be able to hear it now. I think that should do it. This record should play beautifully.
다시 조립.
It's spinning the wrong way. How can I get it to play in the right direction? It must be to do with the motor. Let's see if one of these spares can turn things around.
다시 뜯어. 좀 보여주고 뜯지 않았나?
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the
아니, 이게
wiring.
맞는지를 좀 봐야 되지.
The speaker isn't connected properly. I should check the wiring. This motor doesn't seem to work. Maybe I'll have better luck with a different one.
분위기인데 아니었어.
Well, it's playing in the right direction. I should check it's turning at the correct speed.
What will remain of these days?
늘어지겠네.
The sweetest words I heard.
What will remain of the smiles?
The ones that stole my heart that day.
The record player's crackling tune must have caught Helena's ear, as she appeared a few moments later.
Is that my old record player? I can't believe you've kept it all these years, Carmen.
Leaning over the music, they looked just like the young sisters the slide projector had preserved all these years, inseparable once again. Carmen told me about your camera. That was a really generous thing to do.
I loved that camera, but I love my sister more. Now it's her time to be the person she wants to be. I'm going to stay here with her for a while. Make up for lost time.
Carmen and Helena's relationship wasn't suddenly going to be perfect, but they were both prepared to try. And to think, it had all started because of a call Carmen made about some seasoning tips. I guess in the end, maybe it wasn't so hard to just pick up the phone and dial. I hadn't spoken to my own parents in a year. I wanted to hear their voices more than anything. But the silence between us was so cavernous. I didn't know how I'd ever find the words to bridge it. My final morning in Bellariva, I received one last call out to Joseph and Izzy's house. I knew I had to pack, but I figured I could squeeze in one final job before I had to leave. When I arrived, I found Joseph tidying up his wilderness of a garden. The playhouse was already cleared. Inside, I could see Izzy happily testing out her screw-driving skills on the back of her cassette deck.
You've made quite the impression. Izzy, tells me she's going to be a repairwoman like Maria.
I'm sure she could be anything she wanted if she put her mind to it.
She could. She's a brilliant child. Spending the day with her at the festival, I haven't had so much fun in ages. I wanted to give her something before she starts to forget.
Inside, the house was transformed, flooded with light and the sounds of the garden. It felt alive again. This would be my last repair in Bellariva, but it felt like it was the house that had really been restored.
It's a music box. It used to play beautifully, but now when I wind it up, nothing happens. I'd love for Izzy to hear it sing again. Can you help? Maria, could you add this family picture of us?
야. 이게 문제잖아.
This mechanism is completely broken. I'll need to take it all apart before I can fix it.
헐, 복소리 나고. 뭐야 이거? 이건 아니지 않아?
Perfect. The mechanism is good as new. Looks like something is still missing. I think that's everything back together again. I should play it to make sure.
My wife used to sing this song to Izzy each night before bed, but I always worked too late to join them. Will you dream a dream for me if I sit by your side and hold you so tight? Know that I will always love you. I've missed so much already. I want to be the father my wife wanted me to be. I've ended up so much like my own father, working all the time. Izzy needs me more than that, especially now it's just the two of us. My daughter comes first. Well, until she gets bored of her stuffy old dad anyway.
I'll never ever get bored of you, Dad.
Izzy came running into the room where Joseph scooped her up and onto his shoulders. She gazed at the music box, her eyes shining. I'd never seen her look so happy.
Thank you, Maria, for everything. The things you fixed for me, I'm so glad to have them back.
Joseph was a good father, and I could tell he was determined to be an even better one. When it came down to it, that was all any of us wanted. A second chance to make something right. My time in Bellariva was almost over, but before I left, I knew there was something of my own I needed to fix. My time in Bellariva was almost at an
왼쪽에
end.
번역 안 돼 있어.
Another chapter finished in a story whose ending I hadn't felt ready to write. The people I'd met, the items I'd restored, they'd taught me so much about what was really important. Pulling out my suitcase from beneath the bed, I remembered the day I stole it from my parents' shop, the day I left. Afterwards, I was too ashamed to call them, to apologize. It was a guilt I'd been carrying around every day since. As I packed, I knew that it was up to me to find a way to lighten the load.
짐 싸.
Helena gave me these designer shirts. Not sure I'll pull them off as well as she does. Joseph's idea of light reading for the train. It does look thorough. My parents would love Bellariva. Maybe I can convince them to make the trip. My train ticket. I can't believe it's time to leave Bellariva behind. The recipe for Carmen's special. I'm under strict instructions to guard it with my life. Izzy gave me this in exchange for my repair manual. She'll be a pro in no time. The soundtrack to my travels. I'll be listening to this on the journey. suitcase was full, but it was my heart that felt heavy as I made my way to the station. I was sorry to be leaving Bellariva behind, but I hoped that, in my own small way, I'd made a difference. Helena and Carmen's reunion was possible because they'd learned to overcome their differences. Joseph had realized he shouldn't let his grief or his work get in the way of his relationship with Izzy. They'd each learned to see things from someone else's perspective. Maybe it was time I saw things through my parents' eyes. I knew it would be easier to jump on the next train, put even more distance between us, but I finally felt ready to talk to them. I just didn't know if they would feel the same. Did I even remember their number? I wasn't sure until I reached for the phone and it all came flooding back. Mom? Dad?
Maria? Is that you?
Dear Maria, Carmen here. Sorry I haven't written. The cafe's been absolutely manic since you left. Luckily, I have Helena here to help. You wouldn't recognise her. She's like a new woman. She's always running round, taking orders and making drinks. I even heard her compliment a customer on their outfit. Personally, I draw the line at fluorescent green bowling shirts, but each to their own. It certainly made the customer smile. She misses the city, though. Bellariva's many things, but it's definitely not as chic as she'd like. She said there was a coffee shop near her old apartment where they made coffee with a shape drawn on top. It got me thinking, I'm an award-winning chef. I can figure out how to put a leaf on a cappuccino. A bit of cosmopolitan coffee might be just what Helena needs. Of course, ordering a new coffee machine was the easy part. I wish you could have seen the mess I got into trying to put the thing together. I saw Maria use her screwdriver a million times. Taking this apart will be easy.
아, 뭐야.
These pipes look pretty simple. I should start with them. Oh, I wish Maria was here. She'd know how to put these pipes together. Finally, no more steam.
아, 아니, 오케이. 이거 좀 봐야겠다. 이거를 뭐야, 들어갔네. 없어. 뭐 있는 거 아니지? 완전히 연결을. 야, 이거 뜯어야 되냐? 지운데? 불안하게. 됐어. 돌려. 어머. 어머. 안 되는데?
It doesn't seem to work unless the circuit lights are all green.
뭐, 다 녹색이 아니었단 말이야. 자, 번개 1, 커피 3. 왜 남나있다. 번개 1, 커피는 3. 이러면 되겠지. 아, 뒤쪽이잖아요. 아야.
I think that's everything. Better test the buttons, just to make sure. All done. Piece of cake. Time to make my first coffee, I think.
그래. 저는 길을
Smells delicious. Now to make it look magical.
안 되네.
A perfect coffee. All it needs is a saucer and a couple of Helena's favourite biscuits. I was feeling more has-been than coffee queen by the time I'd made a drink fit for human consumption. It looked a bit, postmodern, but knowing Helena's refined tastes, I hope she'd think it was intentional. Always the connoisseur, she didn't even bother to look at it at first. She was so busy wafting it under her nose. Steamed up her glasses, of course. How was she going to see my work of art through an eye full of fog? When she finally spotted it, though, she was totally impressed. I'll admit, she spent several minutes trying to figure out exactly what it was I'd drawn. She decided it was probably a horse. Well, what she doesn't know won't hurt her. She was impressed enough to ask for another one. I guess I'll need to get some practice in. The whole thing was such hard work, Maria. I never realised how difficult it was, all that mechanical stuff. It made me realise how much I have to thank you for, so I wanted to say that now. Better latte than never! Hoping you're well. Your friend, Carmen.
One.